Hello, and welcome back to Follow. It's the end of June 2024, and unfortunately, I just lost my father. This is significant because my dad is the reason I have such a passion for the outdoors and off-roading. Additionally, he is the reason I started this YouTube channel. He suffered a stroke in 2007 and could no longer participate in our adventures, so I figured this would be a good way for him to follow along. He loved four-wheeling and was one of the founding members of the Cliffhangers Four-Wheel Drive Club in Farmington, New Mexico. He was best known for this yellow 1979 full-size Ford Bronco, but later developed a passion for ATVs. During the time my brother Matt and I competed professionally, he was always there behind the camera filming. I truly believe taking home movies was his second favorite pastime. In January of this year, he turned 80, but would later succumb to the complications from pneumonia. We have come to one of his favorite spots, the top of La Plata Canyon in southwest Colorado. Here, a small group of family and friends gathered for a short celebration of life service. We are all believers, so it wasn't goodbye, just until we see you again. We all love you, Dad, and miss you very much. The next day, we gathered up the Jeeps and set off for a mountain adventure. Our plan today is to head back up to Animas Forks, which is northeast of Silverton, Colorado. That has us beginning here, navigating up and over both California and Hurricane Pass, and finishing here. The abandoned community of Animas Forks was featured in our Snow Run on Cinnamon Pass video, and I discussed this historic ghost town in detail there. I will leave a link to that video in the description below. We spent some time exploring before getting underway, as there are members of our group today who are completely new to this area. I will save those introductions for later in the video.
Motorcycles coming up behind us.
California Pass was originally constructed in the late 1800s for the purpose of transporting personnel, equipment, and precious metals via horse and wagon. Today, this historic route serves as a look into the past and offers scenic views of this portion of the San Juan Mountains with abundant and colorful wildflowers.
Pink flowers we just passed on the right are called little pink elephants because they have elephant trunks on them. So watch for them. Watch for herds of elephants.
The road is considered easy and generally in good condition most of the summer. The east side of California Pass is usually plowed by late May or early June. Heavy snow seasons can obviously delay the opening of the pass. You can still see there is some snow on the switchbacks ahead of the steep climb to the top. Low range is recommended for this upper portion of the trail. We apologize for the annoying glare. The GoPro camera was mounted too far away from the windshield. We will try to correct this in future videos. Our elevation at Animas Forks was 11,145 feet, and in the 4 miles to the top, we gained another 1,815 feet, arriving here at 12,960 feet above sea level. Everyone got out to take in the spectacular views and snap some pictures to capture these precious memories. It was cold, however, so we jumped back in and continued on. Now for some introductions. Alicia, Logan, and I are in our new Gladiator. Directly behind us in the orange Jeep JLU is Brian Holliday. Driving our Jeep JK is my oldest son Corey, and riding with him is his girlfriend Brittany and their good friend Jordan. Next in line is Lane and Marcia in their gray Jeep JL. And bringing up the rear is Jason Sharp in his green Ford Bronco. The emerald blue water you see in the distance is Lake Como. A short quarter-mile later, we pulled in here, having officially completed the first pass. Let's hear what Brittany thinks about her experience so far. All right, we are here live with Brittany. This is Brittany's first time in the mountains. Actually, it's Brittany's first time over 1,000 feet. Brittany, tell us what you think.
Near-death experience, for sure. Freezing, but beautiful.
First time
It's
seeing
worth it.
snow.
Yes, there's snow here.
Wild.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty cool, huh?
Absolutely.
And what time of year is it?
Summer.
Yeah,
It's July.
and we all have sweatshirts on and a little chilly, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. What do you think, Corey?
I wish I would have brought extra pair of underwear.
Oh, man. Glad you guys were able to join us today. This is awesome. Living in Texas now, at only 640 feet above sea level, and having not been four-wheeling in a while, Corey was a little uneasy, but he did fantastic. Looking down the valley directly north is where the Poughkeepsie Gulch Trail is located. We have a video on this adventure as well, of which I will also leave a link in the description below. It has the reputation of being one of the toughest trails in the area, so check it out. Directly west and only a little over a half-mile away is Hurricane Pass, so we got back underway. The narrow shelf roads which make up the network of trails in the area are not conducive to two-way traffic. As a general rule, uphill traffic has the right-of-way, but sometimes taking advantage of the terrain or situation is necessary to navigate around oncoming vehicles. It is also a good idea to indicate how many vehicles are behind you in case their view is obstructed. We are now here at the top of Hurricane Pass, which is 12,730 feet above sea level. Once again, everyone got out for pictures. Rolling again, we began our descent down towards the beginning of Corkscrew Pass. The valley below is where the Gold King mine is located. It was here, in 2015, the EPA ruptured a rock and soil plug, releasing an estimated 3 million gallons of trapped water into Cement Creek, turning it and all the downstream tributaries orange, up to 100 miles away. Another 1.7 miles from the top of Hurricane Pass brings us to this intersection. Left takes you back to Silverton, but right is the beginning of Corkscrew Pass. Jason took the lead in his Bronco to show us all a spot he was familiar with, but we had never seen. This switchback diverts us off the Corkscrew Trail and onto Gray Copper Gulch Road. This quick optional route ultimately led to these magnificent views of rust-colored peaks for which Red Mountain gets its name, as well as some beautiful small lakes. We stopped filming for the day here and just focused on spending time with friends and family. We ended up completing the Corkscrew Trail and then went into Ouray for lunch. If interested, the rest of the Corkscrew Trail is featured at the end of our Poughkeepsie Gulch video. A few days later was the 4th of July, and after grabbing everyone coffee at the iconic Durango Joe's, I dropped Corey, Brittany, and Jordan off at the train station for the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad. They would ride the train from Durango back up to Silverton for us to spend the rest of the day celebrating our nation's freedoms. The train navigates the Animas River Gorge along its 45-mile journey, taking 3.5 hours and gaining roughly 3,000 feet in elevation.
America!
Hell yeah!
After arriving in Silverton, we had lunch and then took the Jeeps up to Clear Lake. We took more pictures, then headed back down the mountain to set up in the grass of the Silverton Visitor Center to eat some yummy food and watch the fireworks once it got dark. Silverton has one of the best fireworks displays I've ever seen.
Cook, be man, make fire, eat.
Dad, what are you cooking? B, you having a good time?
Unfortunately, on our drive back to Durango that night, we experienced major engine failure in our JK. We were unsure of a plan for this situation, but continue to watch as there are some interesting ideas brewing. Thanks for watching!